Hey guys, look what I got. It's Brickmania's M1070 HETS heavy equipment transport semi-trailer. Like, dude, this is heavy. This is actually pretty heavy. I don't know how they shoved all of this in this box. It's definitely 15 pounds. Feels like 10 pounds, maybe 5, maybe 3. This is definitely not a light box. The M1070 HETS, or Heavy Equipment Transport Semi-Trailer, is a powerful tractor truck with an 8x8 drive configuration. It has an electronic engine control system and air ride rear suspension. This helps sure that all wheels are touching the ground at all times, which is also aided by the CTIS, Central Tire Inflation System. The cab is also able to hold the driver and crew of whatever they're towing. It delivers 500 horsepower on an automatic transmission with synchronized wheel movements. The HET utilizes 25-ton loading winches that together can tow an Abrams onto the bed. If you've ever seen one of these things, it's pretty big. So when Brickmania released this, I was kind of hesitant at first, but then after clicking on it over and over and over again, I decided to pick it up. Because look at it, dude. Like, look, I have an Abrams. Like, I've seen this maybe once or twice in my life driving down the freeway. I was like, dude, look how many wheels there are. Never seen this on a base though. I don't have any personal connection other than just driving by on the 5 freeway and be like, dude, look at that. But let's open this up. So this is Brickmania's M1070 HETS Heavy Equipment Transport Semi-Trailer designed by HETS. And it's one heavy box. Let's open up right quick. Here's the equipment plate, the M1070 or M1070 HETS Heavy Equipment Transport Semi-Trailer designed by HETS. Set number 8012. Skill level 3 out of 5. Really? Only 3 out of 5? And it contains 1040 Lego and brick arm elements and 1 custom minifig. And a monochromatic photo. This one is pretty intense. Like, I feel like I'm about to get run over. Imagine this honking at you from behind and you just see this tank on the background behind this semi-trailer. As I said in my last video, I love the minimalism here. So sophisticated. And like always, winners are on board, they're built. Thank you for supporting Brickmania. Daniel Siskin, Commander-in-Chief. Blueprint, book instructions. Oh, look at the photo. This one gets 2 pages. This thing is jam-packed full. Definitely conserved every single space. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at how many tires are in this thing. 2 bags worth. Dude, I'm gonna have fun building this for sure. Look how many rims there are. Wow. So let's get to it. Ready, set, go. And I'm done. Check this out. This thing is pretty massive. I understand why it was so heavy. Not only the brick, but all these tires. Oh my gosh, there were so many. This is not even actually how many this thing actually carried. The HETS trailer is actually supposed to carry 40 tires on themselves, but obviously you couldn't fit 40 tires on here. You could fit 20. Let's see if I can get this up without breaking it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that part off like that. If you were to turn this over, you only have 20 tires on here. Each one of these are supposed to represent 2 tires each. There's supposed to be 4 tires across on each bogie. They're called bogies, and these things can also turn in real life, but these ones cannot. Obviously in Lego, it's kind of hard to do that. And it would be genius if they could do that, but why? It'll be a mess to actually utilize if this was an actual thing that they could do in Lego form. Each one of these should be representing 4 tires, and these tires right here, it represents all the same. 20 tires, over 40 tires. Just wanted to make that clear. For those of you who don't know, Brickmania does know that this is supposed to be 40 tires. Having 20 tires here on a brick format, it does the same thing. Cody did warn that this will bow, and I did my best to kind of keep it as flush as possible, and it was not an easy task amongst itself, but once I was able to do it, it looks really, really cool. And you can see right here that it is starting to bow a lot worse, and you can see right here that it did do that, and it was about to buckle, but I was able to push it down in all areas so that way it cannot have that kind of bow effect. It is flat now, and it rolls every single tire touching the ground and rolling. Every time you would bring a vehicle on here, whether it be an Abrams, a tractor, or maybe a Buffalo, an MRAP as I would call it, whatever you put on here, drop down these platforms so that way if you were to bring something onto this vehicle, it will be very stable. Bring these down. You have 25-ton towing winches, which together can tow up to 50 tons. Trailer in itself, it's a massive build. Cody did design this so that this can float like most trucks. Bounce up and down with the truck. Now the truck in itself has the iconic Oshkosh front end, which I'm totally used to seeing. I do have a 7-ton license back when I was in the Marines, and driving one of these things, which I've never done, just a 7-ton truck in general, which is not this, is a massive thing to be driving around the freeways of California. I do know that this thing is about a foot taller than most semi trucks. Right next to these big rigs, this thing is an intimidating thing to be rolling up against. In the cab, this thing can hold up to 4 troops, which in actuality it's 6. Kind of hard to duplicate that in Lego form. So a driver, and a crew of 3 or 4. And remember, this thing is designed to be able to carry the crew plus the driver, which hasn't been done with the predecessor. Just like the real thing, you have this axle that can turn here, and in the front you're able to drive that 5th wheel. In real life, these bogies can also turn with these so that we can get a more agile system. Side note, for Brickmania, now that you can do an Oshkosh, can you guys do an updated armored version of a 7-ton? So that way, if you guys are able to do an M1070, I know you guys just released the new artillery system, but maybe in the future, an M1070 with an up-armored 7-ton, that would be sick, because I would buy 7 so I can create a whole battery. But that's just me wishing. Back to what I was doing. No printed pieces. All the controls and storage are all translucent stickers, which is fine. On the underside, you have a simulated drivetrain. This was kind of hard to put in there, I will say. I don't think this is a 3 out of 5 difficulty. I think this should be a 4 out of 5. This was definitely a little advanced for even myself. Like, the complexities of this one alone was pretty up there. This right here, like, to know how to do specific things, you would have to be a pretty experienced builder to kind of get this to work properly. This in itself is a beautiful thing to see. This all together, and let's get the Abrams onto this trailer. And here's the Abrams loaded on the head. They drive it up onto the bed, and then they reverse it out. But every time I've seen the Abrams being transported, the turret's always facing in reverse. Having it loaded this way, you have a chance of breaking that barrel in transport. So the easiest way to transport the Abrams, so I've always seen, is to have it in reverse. Less profile, less chance of damaging the vehicle. I mean, I'm not in logistics, so I wouldn't really know, but I guess you would also look at it this way. It's just a scary sight for a driver to ever having to look in his rearview mirror and see a giant barrel facing towards him. The chains right there, I should probably tie them down just so that way they're secure like in real life. On another side note, I have these extra pieces. There are actually more extra pieces that I had at the end of the build, but I also built this like at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I was really tired. I was able to go back and find where some of these pieces were to go. I have no idea where these are supposed to be. I'm probably gonna go through them again to see where I left out these pieces, but you know, these are one of those that are like, you're not supposed to have extras of these. Just wanted to note that. That's why I believe this is a 4 out of 5 instead of a 3 out of 5 difficulty range. It does come with one Army minifigure in his OCP uniform or operational camouflage pattern. I don't know much about this because it is Army, but one thing that's cool that I see here immediately, some magazine pouches and his sidearm on his right leg. And one thing that's good about seeing this is that the pistol magazines are on the left side while the pistol's on the right side. So that way, if he needs to load, he grabs the pistol magazines from his left hand, uses his right hand to pull out the pistol and load in one full motion. So good job on that detail, Lando. The printing on the straps doesn't look finished, but it's fine because you can barely see that. You would have to bring it up close and personal to notice that. He's going to be driving, so I can't really see it. Let's make him surrender so we can see the rest of his body. On the right side, you can see the sidearm and the reversed American flag patch to simulate he's charging forward. Remember in one of my videos when I talk about the American flag and why it's always facing forward in the direction of the individual. That way it simulates charging and not running away. In the back of the torso and legs complement the front. Same thing on the left side, back to the front again. That's the minifigure. What do you guys think about the M1070 HETS? I personally love this now that I have it. It wasn't something that I wanted to buy off the bat, but now that I have it, I am satisfied just so I can do that. That's the only reason why I wanted this so bad, is so I can put this tank on something. I am not disappointed. Great job, Brickmania. Good job, Cody. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get the M88 Hercules because that would have completed this. I'm happy that I have this. Where am I going to put this? I guess now that I can hold a crew in there, I'm going to get 2 more of these guys just so I can have them all in the cab. So let me know what you guys think about this build. What do you guys think about this truck in general? If you made it with me all the way to the end, give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, guys. Peace.